Hello everyone, myself Bhautik Trivedi, working as an assistant professor in IT/ICT department of LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. I will explain you the concept of Kerberos authentication protocol in information and network security subject. So one authentication protocol here, the name of the protocol, that is the Kerberos. So let's start with the Kerberos concept, but before that, at least you know the concept of private key cryptography. So all of you know the cryptography, cryptanalysis, then cryptanalysis. So how many types of cryptography you know? So up to this point there are mainly two cryptography. One, that is the symmetric key cryptography, and second one, that is the asymmetric key cryptography. So symmetric key cryptography means what? Sender and receiver using the same key, and asymmetric key cryptography means at the encryption side using the different key and the decryption side using the different key. So here the first point, the private key cryptography. So what is the meaning of private key cryptography here? Same key is used for the encryption as well as the decryption. But here in Kerberos, one most important concept, the name of the concept, that is known as a authentication server. So why we use the authentication server here? That is the one trusted authority that is generally used for it keeps the secret. So that's why using the AS. AS means authentication server. After that, each user share its private secret key with the authentication server. So authentication server know the private key of each and every user. But the most important thing here, user X does not know the private key of user Y. But authentication server know the secret key of the user X as well as the user Y. So that's why one concept arrives here. The name of the concept, that is known as a key distribution. So what is the meaning of key distribution here? When X want to communicate with Y, so they need to use a secret key between them. So the authentication server, the responsibility of the authentication server is that distributing the session key between X and Y. So the main fundamental of the authentication server is that it directly distributing the session key between the two users. And must remember one thing, each and everyone has to trust authentication server. So that is about the concept of the private key cryptography. So must remember one thing, the concept of the secret key, the concept of the authentication server, the concept of the key distribution, each and everything that is the part of that. After that, how it works means currently whatever the talk that is totally related to the concept of authentication server, and authentication server, that is the part of the Kerberos authentication protocol. So here you just see in this particular figure, one Alice is there, one Bob is there, and one authentication server is there. So authentication server know the private key of the two user. Which particular user? One that is the Alice and second one that is the Bob. So Alice and Bob require a session key because Alice does not know the private key of Bob. So how the session key is transmitted to Alice and Bob? So this is the, with using the authentication server you can do that. So here you just see the simple overview of the Kerberos first of all. So AS, authentication server, first of all recover the KA and KB. So what is the meaning of KA and KB? User A key and user B key, and from that it creating a one session key KAB. So with using the session key you can directly transmit anything. So here you just see it make the two copy of the KAB, one for the Alice and one for the Bob. So one for the Alice and one for the Bob. So first of all using the session, first copy of the session key, and then after it encrypted using Alice private key, and second scenario is that one for the Bob encrypted using Bob's private key. So that is known as a one kind of ticket in Kerberos. So in this, whenever you transmit with using the concept of Bob's private key, at that time it including the identity of the Alice also. So this is the way you can directly generating a ticket in a Kerberos. So ticket convey which particular information? So here you just see, here whatever the discussion is that, here I describe each and everything with using the point. So first of all of you know, for example, I am the authentication server. So authentication server only know the private key of the Bob. Allies want to communicate with you. Allies want to communicate with you. So only you and allies have the knowledge of the session key. So if someone proves that she has the knowledge of the session key, so that's the allies only. So this is the way you can directly communicate between the two users using the concept of the session key. Must remember one thing, allies, that is the user A, Bob, that is the user B, and in between you put the concept of the session key and generating a ticket of that. After that, here you just see the important parameters. All of you know, whenever I write AS to allies, so already you know EKA. What is the meaning of that? So that is the key of the allies. Then after the Bob, then after the TAB. T means what? T means here that is known as a timestamp. T means that is the ticket and timestamp. And then after the KAB, that is known as a session key. So how I generating a TAB? How I generating a ticket with using the concept of session key? So at that time using the private key of the Bob, at that time I directly transmitting the identity of the allies, and then after the session key. So allies send the ticket to Bob. So at that time it adding an authenticator to prove its authenticity. So ticket can be replayed by some intruder also. So here you just see the concept of authenticator. Authenticator means what? So at that time using the concept of the session key, and in this allies comma timestamp. Allies means that is the identity of the allies, and timestamp means what? That is generally used for the checking purpose or replay purpose of an authentication. So if I want to recover the session key, how I recover this? So session key recover from the ticket is used to decrypt the authenticator. So this is the overview of the Kerberos. What's the basic fundamentals behind the Kerberos? So Kerberos, that is a one authentication protocol that is implemented on Project Antenna at MIT. So Antenna provides which kind of thing? So Antenna provides an open network computing environment. So each and every user has complete control of its workstation. So workstation means what? So workstation cannot be trusted completely to identify its users to the network services. So must remember one thing, Kerberos also act as a third party authenticator. So third party authenticator, that's why that is known as a authentication protocol. And with using the Kerberos, you can directly identify, you can directly prove the user to its identity to access various services and all. So this is about the Kerberos basic concepts. After that, Kerberos supported which particular characteristics? So first one, it is based on symmetric cryptographic algorithm. Symmetric cryptographic algorithm is also known as private key crypto system. So same key is used for the encryption as well as the decryption purpose, using the concept of data encryption standard also. After that, every user has a private key and that can be obtained by KU is equal to function of password. So must remember one thing, the first point is that using the symmetric key cryptography. Second one, each and every user has a private key. Third one, every user private key is also known to Kerberos, means Kerberos authentication server knows the private key of each and every user. So Kerberos directly maintain a database of its users and private key, means in this Kerberos it directly maintaining a username and private key of the user in a tabular format. After that, Kerberos using the private key to communicate any message to any another user. So with using the private key, you can directly communicate between the two users. User is convinced about Kerberos authenticity, means if you pass the Kerberos authenticity, then and then you can directly communicate between the two users, otherwise not. And the last point, important characteristics of that, if an user U gets a message encrypted using its private key, the message must be from Kerberos. That is not a replay message. This is the most important point, at least you know this. After that, whatever the workstation used in a Kerberos, that require the workstation to be synchronized. So that's why using the concept of timestamp. What is the meaning of timestamp? A timestamp means what? Which is the current time of the sender is added in the message to check for any replay. So that's why the receiver, whatever the receiver is, that it directly check for the timelines by comparing its own clock value with the timestamp, and timely verify if timestamp is equal to the local call value. Then and then whatever the authentication is, that is the valid authentication, otherwise not. What's the phase of the Kerberos? Whatever the talk that is related to the Kerberos basic, Kerberos characteristics, authentication server. After that, what's the basic notions of what's the different phases of the Kerberos? So for example, if you want to request any service from a server, the client goes through the three phases of the authentication. Phase number one, here you just see. First of all, the client directly putting the request, a ticket from the Kerberos. Kerberos grants a ticket and a session key. Then after, whatever the ticket that is used for requesting other tickets for various services. In this ticket, it conveys the identity of the client to the server. The session key is used for the conversation between the client and the server. So in short, what's the logic behind the phase one? The phase one logic is that the client sending the request to the Kerberos, Kerberos granting a ticket, Kerberos putting a session key. With using the session key, you can directly provide the communication between the client and server. This is about the phase one. Then after the phase two, the phase two is that the client uses the ticket of the first phase to request a ticket from the ticket granting server for a specific service. And phase 3, it directly supported the client 3 present the key to the server for the service. So here you just see I described with the particular diagram. So client first of all sending the request to the Kerberos. Kerberos directly reply to the client. After that, with using this ticket, the client directly sending the request to the ticket granting server. Ticket granting server directly putting the response to the client. And with using this ticket, client directly sending the service request to the server, and server directly providing the response back to the client. So in short, whenever you talk about the Kerberos, so the most important point is that first, communication between client and Kerberos, second, communication between the client and TGS, and third, communication between the client and the server. So which particular protocols, that's the part of the Kerberos. So first phase supported one protocol, the name of the protocol, that is known as a user authentication protocol. So in this, user verify the authenticity of the user and grant the initial ticket and the session key. Must remember one thing, after you pass from the phase 1, so at that time, first of all, the verification is that, and second one, granting the ticket and the session key. That is all about the phase 1. What about the phase 2 and 3? So that is the mutual authentication between the client and server. So that's why that is supported the client server authentication protocol also. What's the hierarchy behind that? So must remember one thing, whatever the communication is there, up to this at least you know, one client is there, one TG is there, one Kerberos is there, and one server is there. This is the syntactic view of the Kerberos. Means already you know, in phase 1 it getting the initial key. So here you just see user directly sending the request to client. So and client directly generating a concept of Kerberos. So in between you just see mainly communication between the client and Kerberos. So Kerberos find out the KU and KTGS. So one key that is for the ticket service and one for the user. So with using this, it directly generating a one session key, and session key between user and TGS, that is known as a KU TGS. So with using this, it directly generating a ticket, and whatever the ticket generate, that is known as a TU TGS. So how I generate this? So using the key of the ticket granting server plus identity of the user, identity of the ticket granting server, and plus timestamp and lifetime also. So with using this, you can directly generating a phase 1. What about the phase 2? Phase 2 remain as it is. Only change is that in this you directly getting the server ticket. So at that time, client directly sending the request to ticket granting server, and ticket granting server directly reply back to the client. But how? You just see, that's the formula for that, TGS to C. But here whatever I write in this particular slide, so each and everything you already know the concept of session key. Here session key that is generally used to verify the authenticity. After that, timestamp already you know how much time that's required. So TGS to C, they directly converting using the key of the user and TGS plus timestamp plus lifetime, that is about the phase 2. In phase number 3, it requesting the service, and service from what? Between the communication from client to server. So this is almost the last point of this particular Kerberos. So client to server, so that's why server directly responds back to the client. So here you just see which particular key that is the part of that, EKC, S, and incremented by 1, timestamp incremented by 1. So that's all about the today's session of the Kerberos. Must remember one thing in Kerberos, first of all the introduction of that, second one that is the introduction of the authentication server, after that talk about the ticket granting server, then after the how to generate a ticket, after that phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 1 totally communicated between the client and Kerberos, phase 2 communicated between the client and TGS, and phase 3 communicated between the client and server. So that's all about the Kerberos authentication protocol. Thank you for watching.